Welcome back to the channel. This is my 2018 Yamaha MT10 and my 2009 GSXR 600. Today I'm going to take it out, do some pros and cons of each one and see how they stack up. I'm kind of biased towards this one over here since it's my new bike, but I had that one for 2 years and I love that bike. Let's go with the GSXR first. Pros and cons as I ride it. I'm not going to be in any particular order, just as I feel it or as I see it. So right off the get-go, it's not very nimble. Not nimble at all. The riding position, very hunched over right now, a lot of weight on my wrist. A lot of y'all don't know, but I got a bad back, had a few surgeries on my neck. So after about 30 minutes of riding this bike, I'm in pain. Pro I can say about this is this windscreen right here works very well. Even up this close up to it, I really don't feel like one's hitting me in the helmet. It feels like it's going right over the top of my helmet. So that's a plus. Con, it does not have the torque that the MT10 has. That's for sure. I ripped this throttle back, feels like we're not going to go anywhere. I bought this bike about 2 years ago. I used to tell everybody, I'm never getting another bike. I absolutely love my GSXR 600. I don't need nothing bigger. This bike's got the M4 shorty exhaust on it, and on highway speeds, it's got this weird tone to it that really just annoys the shit out of you while you're riding. Another plus in this bike, I recently just put Q3 Plus tires on it, and I absolutely love them. They feel like I'm riding on super glue the entire time. Coming up on the wheelie spot, I go ahead and tell you right now, I can't do no damn wheelie on this bike. Yeah, see my wrist and my back's already starting to hurt. I ain't been on the bike for 15 minutes. Let's see if we can't wind these gears out. See what I mean? Hit that power band. Man, hit 125. Did feel a bit of wind on my helmet. That's awesome. Try to find a place to pull over here in the shade and I can go through all the mods I've done on this bike. Alright, so we'll start off over here in the front. Some of the things I've done to this bike. I did away with the mirrors. I said in one of my last videos, the mirrors on this thing are horrible. They vibrate the entire time, like 2 inches tall, couldn't see shit, so I did away with them. Put on these little flush mount turn signals, and then I replaced it with just one bar in mirror. Here in South Carolina, you're only required to have one mirror, so I bought these cheap MZS levers off of eBay, I think it was, and for cheap $30–40 levers, they're pretty damn good. I've had yet to have a problem with them. I hear people say a lot of bad reviews about them, but honestly, they're perfectly fine for me. As I mentioned earlier, I bought a zero gravity windscreen, and it's, I don't know. I like it, but I don't like it. It's kind of big and ugly, but like I said, it blocks a lot of the wind on the highway, which is nice. Some frame sliders, engine case protector. There's an M4 exhaust. I went with this seat, which is a lot better than the factory seat, but it still kills my back. Got some stomp grip, little pro grip. I've changed the decals on this bike about 10 times and finally stuck with this neon yellow that I have on the MT10. back at it. See how that M4 exhaust puts out that tone to
gotta gear up and let it stay low down the RPMs just so you're not racking your brain the whole time. But they hear you coming. Another con, I feel like Donkey Kong riding a motorcycle. I feel huge on this bike. I don't know how y'all feel about engine braking, but this bike, you let off the throttle and it's almost like slamming on the brakes. I like a little engine braking myself, but I don't like it to the point where it's slamming on the brakes on me. Yeah, just take a look at me trying to be nimble on this bike. This is as nimble as it gets. It's like a slow moving whale. Look how slow it is. But I feel stuck to the ground with these Q3 pluses on though. Super sticky. A really good first bike. If you're looking at getting one, don't be like them other people and get a damn 300 or 250 because you're gonna be upset after about a month or two. You're gonna be wanting more power, and now you gotta try to sell that freaking bike, and everybody else don't want it. They want a 600, 750, 1000. So you're gonna have a hard time trying to sell it. So if I was you, get the 600 right out of the gate. Alright, so I think that's about good for the GSXR. And let's go back and hop on the MT10. I can feel it. I'm gonna have a lot more pros than I do cons about this bike. So I guess let's start off where we started off with the GSXR. How comfortable is this bike? Well, this is a super naked upright, so right now my back feels amazing. I'm sitting almost straight up, almost like I'm taking a Sunday stroll through my neighborhood on a bicycle kind of comfort. It's great. And the next thing on the list, quick shifter. Look at that, nothing on the clutch. How about we go to 5th gear? Oh, easy in 5th gear. How about we go 6th gear? Oh, into 6th gear. Boy, I love my quick shifter. Alright, so now that we're going over 100, I might as well mention a con is front of this bike has no wind visor. So right now, I can feel all the wind coming up and it's hitting me right underneath the bottom of the helmet. It's a con, but it's not so bad that I don't want to go fast on this bike. This bike gives you a sense of like confidence, unlike any other bike I've ever ridden. Look how easy this thing is to flick. So easy. The torque on this bike is amazing too. I was ripping the throttle on the Gixxer and it was behind. This one's, look at that thing. Takes off like a rocket. Oh, another pro. It's got a fuel gauge on it. GSXR has a little yellow light that pops on when you're almost out of gas. Fuel gauge, easy. Well, I don't know why all manufacturers don't put a fuel gauge on their bikes. Stupid. Really? GSXR can't do that. Alright, let's do a walk around of what I've done so far to the MT10. ASV levers, amazing. Man, them things are sexy, ain't they? There's a comfort seat. I went with the tech spec, tank grips. I must say, not impressed. If you look over here, right there, I cannot get that little spot to stick down. So, kind of unhappy with them. I had these stop grips on the other bike and those things never peeled off. Austin Racing, all titanium mid pipe all the way up to the R1M headers. Got the Evo Tech radiator and oil cooler guards. Alright, let's get back on the road. shift. Another quick shift. And it still has the factory battle axes, Hyper Sport or Super Sports or whatever the hell they're called. And I gotta say, I'm not too terribly impressed with them. They definitely don't feel like the Q3s. Some people might say the electronic throttle is a con because it makes the bike so jerky and real snatchy like, but I don't know, I kind of like it. It's part of the fun for me. This Austin Racing exhaust sounds so wonderful compared to that M4 exhaust. You don't get that tone and... Alright guys, see the torque on this thing? God, it's amazing. We gotta add cruise control to the list. How many bikes can you say you can do this? Not many bikes can do this. As long as I can keep it in the center of the road on my knees, I can go all day like this. Trying to rack my brain right now about stuff I dislike about this bike. Is really hard. Oh yeah, so the clutch cable right here, as you can see, hopefully you can see, it goes right across the ignition, and it really does get in the way. Quick shift. See the nimbleness? Bike's so nimble. One thing I wish this bike did have is an auto blipper. I know you can buy an aftermarket one, but Dylan's 2020 ZX10 already comes with a quick shift up and down and an auto blipper. Come on, Yamaha. What you doing here, golf cart guy? Get on your side of the road, or girl. Oh, we got a bike. We got a bike. What kind of bike? See, look, a little 350 or something. Yeah. Yeah, that guy's probably already bored with it. He's probably already looking on Marketplace trying to find a bigger bike. Alright, back at it. Look at that little bike. Look at that little bike. So I was talking about on the Gixxer how the engine braking on it was out of control. It's way too much. Now on this bike, I watch the engine braking. It's not so bad where it slings you forward every single time. Oh my God, I went and came down hard on that one. I think that's good for the Yamaha.